Chapter 5, Prodigies. When things snap back into focus, you find that you're in the foyer of a sleek loft. You clap your hand over your mouth and slide against the nearest wall, hoping no one has heard you. Oh, because I screamed, right. The telelock must have activated somehow despite the energy overload. Perhaps it was because Madame Weiss shock-whipped you with the lock, or perhaps... How stupid are you? You hear a deep voice say, interrupting your thoughts. You peek your head over the wall to the foyer and see none other than Smithers sitting on a large metal throne, staring at something across the room. He wears tight, black clothes, his bulging muscles covered in veins and bluish scars, the byproduct of gene splicing ultra-steroids. His face is equally scarred, scattered with stab and gunshot wounds. The effect makes him look considerably less than human. You can't help it. The sight of Smithers sends a chill up your spine. You try to ignore this as you spot the large, silver staff in Smithers' hands, covered in gemstones, the size of baseballs. That must be it. That's the gravitas. You almost squeal because you've done it. You've found the damn thing. You start to scroll through the ways you're going to spend that reward money, knowing that all you need to do now is get your hands on the gravitas. That is... until your eyes settle on the 10 armed guards flanking Smither. Even without the 10 guards, just Smither there, still think would be in a bit of a quandary. Next to them stand 3 menacing figures you recognize as Smithers' splice generals. One of them is 10 feet tall and made of stone. That must be the security general, Boulder. Another has elongated plastic fingers ignited by flames. That's the owner of Ace's High Casino, 3rd degree. The last has sharp knives growing out of every joint in her body. That must be Fracture, the drug queen. Sharp, literal, they're not just pointy, bits of bone, they're actually, knives. Kitchen knives are just manifesting out of her joints. Between her fingers, her eyelids. Is that a joint? What's a joint? 2 bones? You got one for each knuckle on your finger. You got your hips. You got your knees, your ankles. Elbows. I'm sure your neck is some sort of joint. How does her armpit, that's shoulder I guess, but armpit and shoulder? Is it just one knife per joint? How does this work? How does she move without killing herself? Is she immune to knives? I have so many questions about her. You swallow hard, a knot of fear balling up in your stomach. You would probably have a hard time taking on just one of these criminals, let alone all of them combined. Suddenly, the gravitas seems like an afterthought. How are you even going to get out of here alive? That's right, the whip's broken. With that in mind, you begin to consider your power levels. If you're going to survive this battle... hold a second. So the whip teleported me to a place, basically a room with no doors. It's actually not a different dimension though, right? It's just a room somewhere in the world with no doors. So, presumably, if I just break a wall, I can get out. Assuming I'm not miles beneath the ground or something like that. With that in mind, you begin to consider your power levels. If you're going to survive this battle, you had better make sure you are properly equipped to do so. Luckily, your energy power allows you to recharge your levels. You can recharge your power, but it drains a proportionate amount of health. Likewise, you can heal yourself, but it drains your power. Your current power level is 50, and your health level is 105. Did I lose 5 from teleporting? You're feeling strong, but that could just be the adrenaline coursing through you. You know that if either of your levels drops to 0, you'll die instantly. So do you think you need to recharge your power before things start to get intense here? I don't know what my max power is. I'm at max health, so, oh no, I'm almost at max health. So I can afford to spend a little bit of health to recharge my power. I don't know why I can't just do this whenever I need it. Because right now I don't need more power, but when I do need more power, I can just do this then. Right? I don't know why not, but I assume that's what the game will make me do anyway. 50 power seems fine. I will be fine. Ready to act, you tense all your muscles, hoping you have enough power and health to survive the night. That's when you realize Smither and his mob all have their weapons locked on something across the room. A young woman. She wears a bodysuit made of black Kevlar, with one thick red stripe running up the center. Vertical stripes, baby, not a good look. Where the bodysuit ends, the red stripe continues to cover her face. Okay, that's pretty cool. Showing only her deep burgundy lips, crystal blue eyes, and long, dark hair. She looks statuesque, like one of those genetically enhanced Victoria's Secret Angels. Slugger, you think? I love that name too. Another hero has beat you to the punch, and she must be even more insane than you, since she stands unarmed, staring down the splice circle. I bet she punches stuff. You went to great lengths to find my base of operations, Smithers says, gesturing toward a large hole in the floor next to the Kevlar girl. Okay, so you can just punch your way through things. A sight that causes you to lose your breath. You realize that you have no idea how far the telelock has taken you or how to get back outside. You snap out of it as Smither continues, "What are you here for?" You look back at the Kevlar girl, remembering that Smither has the power to elicit a truthful response from anyone he asks a direct question. A very handy gift for a powered mob boss. I wonder how that works. Is it just being in his presence? He's got some sort of like pheromone that compels you? But why would that end only at questions? Is this sort of magic, perhaps? That must be why they haven't killed Kevlar girl yet. Why are you calling her Kevlar girl? You established she has a name. Smither wants to know how and why she's here first. I'm here, she says softly, barely audibly, to kill you. Suddenly, Kevlar girl produces two massive cannon guns, right, that's her power, and fires thick surges of laser energy into the heart of the circle. Within seconds, four guards and third degree are crisped to ash right before your eyes. Your stomach turns as you realize it smells like a summer barbecue. A deafening roar erupts as the guards return fire. Fracture whips dozens of razor-sharp blades at Kevlar girl, while Boulder moves to protect Smither from the fray. Smither shouts something at Boulder, while waving the gravitas, but you can't make out the words over the gunshots. You quickly generate a protective energy shield, terrified of catching the brunt of a stray attack. I guess that was free? Let me see, is it free? No, it just costs stuff. Okay, cool. That explains a lot of things. I wish it would tell me, though, in parentheses, when I was using energy. So I thought 50. I thought I'd only spent, at most, 10 energy. 10 power. So I didn't think restoring was gonna make a big difference. But if I've been passively losing power from a lot of things this entire time, I probably should have restored power. Oh well. Okay, cannons firing. Make a shield. Where's the shield? Okay, there we go. Looking through the stanky, beanish energy barrier, your eyes snap back to Kevlar girl as she leaps into the air and does a series of flips. Her movements creating a visible trail that blocks the barrage of bullets and knives. She must be able to generate some kind of flash shield with her movements. Kevlar girl then lands. Stop calling her Kevlar girl. I'm just gonna replace it with Slugger. Slugger then lands and sends off another round of cannon pulses. She looks back to Smithers' corner and sees that the last blast took out another half of the guards. Oh, I look black. And left a large, nasty burn on Boulder's back. You can hardly believe your eyes. This woman just killed close to a dozen people in a matter of seconds. An intense rush of dread overtakes you. This is a bloodbath. You didn't sign up for this. You don't want to die today. And just as soon as these thoughts appear, you force them from your brain. You've been training for this your entire life. I've been training to die today my entire life. So what are you going to do? I'm gonna go for the gravitas now. The other options were save lives, wait for them to kill each other, and take it from the last person who's surviving, which potentially could have been Slugger, or wait for the cops. So we went with this one. You're a hero! But without a reputation and some money saved, you can't really do anything. There was no option for me to help Slugger kill people, which is too bad. The truth is, you need the gravitas to launch your career. So without a second thought, you shoot forward in a blur, moving at top speed right towards Smither. Before he can see you coming, you crash into him and grab the gravitas right out of his hands. Keenly aware of the bullets and blasts ricocheting all around you, you canvass the room and spot a window in the far corner. You have no idea where the window will lead, you're just thankful the room has an exit at all. I'm surprised the room has an exit at all. But before you can move, you see that the crazy Kevlar girl has dropped her cannons and holds something new in her hands. A grenade. Though this looks unlike any grenade you've ever seen before, it's intricately coiled with tech and its core glows cool blue. You dash toward the window, but Kevlar Girl reaches it first, smashing her way outside and leaving the grenade behind as a parting gift. You struggle to get out, but the gravitas blocks your path. Frantic, you drop it and push your way outside, just as an intense flash of blue heat erupts from the headquarters, followed by a massive explosion that sends flames and debris flying in every direction. You manage to pull up above the blast, but not high enough. You scream as you feel the force of the explosion catch you in the back and send you reeling. You're fine. It takes several seconds for your head to stop ringing and your vision to clear. When they do, you find yourself on the street below. The blast sent you a couple of blocks down, significantly lowering your health. That grenade was some seriously advanced technology. Where on earth did Kevlar Girl get her hands on something like that? I thought Slugger could just generate weapons. That was like her ability. You look up at Shed and see people flooding out of the front door as the top half of the building rages with flames. Could it really be that Slugger has done the impossible? Did she just take out Smoother and half of the splice circle in one attack? Through the raging fire, you manage to make out Slugger's shadow leaping onto a rooftop, holding the gravitas. She must have gone back in after the blast and sifted through the wreckage to recover it. No doubt protected by her shield movements. You don't know whether to be horrified or impressed. This girl has some serious moxie. Still, you're not about to let her escape, not after she murdered all these people, and especially not with the one thing that's going to launch your career. You fly after Kevlar Girl, but as you reach the roof, you find that she isn't fleeing. She's pointing the gravitas directly at you. Before you can react, you feel the air around you twist with a sucking noise and feel yourself being pulled downward. You try to fight it, but you can't stop yourself from crashing into the roof. It's like someone suddenly turned your powers off and a giant invisible hand is crushing you down. Then it clicks. This character is slow. He's dumb. What a dummy. He's not smart enough to be here. I'm not even rooting for this guy anymore. Taser face. What a loser. Then it clicks. The gravitas must control gravity. No wonder Smither wants to get his hands on it. An object that powerful would be useful to anyone, let alone a mob boss with a strictly defensive power set. Is it a strictly defensive power set? It feels nice, huh? You hear Kevlar Girl say from above you. Does it? But you don't have the patience for snappy banter. You know this girl won't hesitate to kill you, so what are you going to do? Use a surge of energy to disarm her. Assuming that means knock the gravitas out of her hand, do it. Anti-gravity may affect your flight power, but it won't affect your energy power. 1. It's not anti-gravity. It's like extra gravity. Whatever the opposite of anti is. 2. Energy, I'm pretty sure, is affected by gravity. Granted, the degree to which she appears to have increased gravity wouldn't have any significant effect on energy. You let off a quick surge in Slugger's direction, unable to turn your head to see if you've hit her, but as you feel the weight pushing down on you double, you realize that you must have missed. Nice try, Taserface. How's she know my name? She says. But you'll have to do better than that. You groan under the weight of the gravitas push, knowing Slugger is about to kill you, just like all those Splice Circle members. As your ribs start to creak under the pressure, you hear police sirens blaring from the streets below. You've never been so happy to hear that sound. Suddenly, you feel the weight lifted off your shoulders, and you spring to your feet, just in time to see Slugger strapping a layer of plastic explosives to the gravitas. Wait, stop! What are you? You start moving forward, but Slugger just pulls away from you and holds the gravitas out in front of her body. Oh, she's not Slugger. I've been lied to. The name is Prodigal Chicken, she says, and you'll be seeing me again. I'm going to call her Prodigal Chicken forever. Without another word, the girl named Prodigal drops the gravitas. Horrified, you watch as the gravitas explodes at Prodigal's feet. A plume of silver smoke erupts into the sky as shards of shattered gemstones go flying in every direction. You step back, covering your eyes to protect them from the explosion. And when the smoke finally clears, you find that Prodigal has vanished. Only the gravitas remains in charred pieces, destroyed beyond repair. No. Why would she destroy the gravitas? Now it's of no use to anyone. It doesn't make any sense. It actually makes a lot of sense. You don't want people to have this weapon. Makes perfect sense, you dummy. Then another thought hits you. Before she left, Prodigal called you Taserface. She knows your code name? But how? You've only been on the hero scene for a few hours. How would she know? You hear the sound of police choppers swooping overhead, so you don't have much time to ponder this question. What are you going to do? Flee the scene before anyone sees me! With a case this big ruined, not to mention over a dozen murders involving the Splice Circle committed, no one in the MCPD is going to care whether you're innocent or not. This whole debacle is going to make the police look terrible, and they're just going to want a scapegoat to pin it all on. And if you stay, that scapegoat will be you, considering that with Prodigal gone, you are currently the only one standing next to the destroyed Gravitas in a building full of dead mobsters. Is the destroyed Gravitas recognizable as the destroyed Gravitas? Good question. You fly toward home, your mind racing with questions. What will happen to your reputation now that the Gravitas is destroyed? Will the police blame everything on you? Will you become a fugitive? Then your thoughts spin completely out of control. Will Jury and Madame Vice be gunning for you after what you did to them? Even worse, will the remnants of the Splice Circle be out for revenge? And who is this mysterious Prodigal? This girl who sabotaged your first mission? Why didn't she kill you when she had the chance? You are too exhausted to even begin to contemplate the answers to these questions. You've pushed your powers to their limit, and have taken more than a few hits tonight. But all you can think about right now is getting home to your bed, knowing that Grandma will help you sort it all out in the morning. 15 minutes later. It isn't long before you see your bedroom window waiting for you invitingly. Thinking you might collapse before you can reach it, you give one final push to land inside. All you want to do is get in bed immediately, but you need to let Grandma know that you're alright. Your muscles aching, you move slowly toward the door. "Gran, it's me," you shout. "I'm alright, but I'm..." Well, I don't know what voice to give this person. I'm assuming it's gonna be Smither. "Well, look who it is," you hear a familiar voice say, stopping you in your tracks. Sitting in your living room is none other than, Mayor Victon, and he does not look pleased. So what would Mayor Victon sound like? I don't know, but I have until the next chapter to figure it out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next chapter, Victonian Vision.